Hi, this is Eric Sloef over at the Solutions Exchange, and I'm on the F5 booth. F5 is well known for their network components, their firewalls, and I'm joined by a specialist, a solution engineer of F5. His name is Simon Hamilton-Wilkes. Hi Simon, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
Can you tell us something about the integration of the new VMware NSX and the F5 components?
Absolutely, I can. So, as of last year, we did an integration with vCloud and vShield, vCNS, and then we've sort of continued that integration forward where we've got an API integration between our BigIQ cloud management product and now NSX, so that you can orchestrate BigIP configuration and provisioning from within the NSX user interface.
So if a customer already has components of F5 within their environment, they can easily use NSX to configure those components, to orchestrate F5 components?
That's right, they have to buy our BigIQ cloud management product, and then that has the API integration southbound via our iControl REST API into BigIP platform, and then eastbound into the VMware environment, be it NSX or vCNS, whatever the customer has.
Can you show us a demo of the integration?
Absolutely, I'd love to. So to start with, this is a slide just showing the architecture a little bit, and you can see NSX in here, and the APIs going backwards and forwards to BigIQ Cloud, and then our REST API over to our appliances, and our appliances could be virtual editions, or they could be our small hardware appliances up to our 8-slot monster we've got here on the stand that goes to 640 gigabits and all the rest of it. And then this is our BigIQ Cloud Manager application. So this is very key because the solution is predicated on our iApps, which is our template-based model for provisioning application services. So that means you define a template, which could be for Microsoft Exchange or it could be for VMware View, and that simplifies and abstracts all the 300 settings for our devices for those applications, and you can see the list here briefly, and this is an HTTP one. And then what BigIQ allows the cloud administrator to do is choose which organizations and what tenants to publish those templates to, and to customize those templates at different classes of service, or to pre-fill certain fields, to reveal those fields, or select them as non-tenant editable. And that enables cloud administrators or network admins or security admins to basically enforce global policies so that consumers of those services can't break those organizational policies, but at the same time gives that flexibility where then those organizational application owners can do deployments of application services and have that agility with the perhaps legacy IT administrator people still having that confidence that people can't break things or overwhelm things. So here we're setting up a connector, and the connector is that API integration, and so we're setting up it says vShield, but it's the same API into NSX.
Okay.
And then we just hit save, and then this makes the API go off and talk to NSX. And then here we switch over to the NSX interface in the web client, because now we need to do the same bit of the API tie together from the NSX interface.
So if the administrator is using the web client to log on, they can actually use their familiar interface and configure F5 components through the web client?
That's right, and though the web client here may only understand a very basic subset of our features, because the load balancing that's built into NSX is just pool members and a virtual server and maybe a basic health check or persistence profile. We can publish attributes, so we can, on these templates, we can say how many extra attributes need to be configured. And then we've got this level of abstraction because we've got BigIQ Cloud in the middle and how we're publishing the templates, the iApp templates. So we've actually got the full richness of the F5 feature set behind that. So even though the tenant consumer of this template may only see 1 or 2 extra attributes, the full richness of 300 extra features can still be turned on by the template. So here we can see, as we're going into the load balancer tab, we've got these service insertion, so this is where we obviously insert, this is the API we're using. And we're just configuring all this now, and it's updating, and this is where they talk backwards and forwards, and it sucks the templates in. So it's a multi-stage setup where BigIQ is sucking in IAP templates from the actual BigIP devices that could be virtual editions again or appliances. And then the tenants, the administrator in BigIQ is choosing which to publish. And then NSX here is sucking those in. And here we are actually deploying the web server template. And obviously we can choose pool members and stuff because the NSX user interface understands this. And here I think we've only got one additional attribute, which is just a fully qualified domain name, which we need in order to do web acceleration, because we need that for populating the cache and doing host header understanding on the F5. So we're putting in the IP addresses and stuff for the VIP, web servers, pool, and then this is the key bit, so we're enabling service insertion. So that means we're telling NSX, rather than you doing the load balancing, you're going to use service insertion, and you're going to go off and let the F5 do that, and it's going to be a API call, and that's how it's going to get configured. So here we are with a fully qualified domain name, hit OK, and then we hit OK again. And then at this second, very, very rapidly, so while it's saying creating virtual server, it talks to BigIQ, BigIQ talks to the BigIP, and there can be multiple BigIPs, and BigIQ is able to make placement decisions as to where it should configure these extra services, because some devices could be tapped out or not have the correct VLANs mapped for that particular application or for that particular tenant. And then here we see that we've deployed an extra service, and this has just been placed and stable, which means it's been deployed to a TMOS device, and it's come back, and we can see the virtual servers, the pool members. And now we're logging into the LTM itself, and LTM is our local traffic manager, but we can also use our different security models because we've got layer 7 firewall, layer 4 firewall, application acceleration, etc. So this is our newly deployed service. And we can open that up, and we can see all the different things it configured. So even though we only had one extra attribute to configure, we've configured all these different optimization profiles, one connect, which is our connection multiplexing, and it's all deployed, done.
That looks like a pretty cool integration between F5 and NSX. Many thanks for the demo, Simon.
You're welcome. Thank you for.
Great.